Students, now we are going to study gravitational field and intensity of gravitational field. Suppose it is some planet like Earth, mass is m, radius is r. A particle of mass m is kept at point P. Distance between the Earth and the particle is r, small r. So force acting on this particle F is equal to g mm by r square. Think carefully. As particle is moving away from the Earth, that is r, small r is increasing. Small r is increasing. So force keeps on decreasing. After certain distance you will experience that hardly any force is acting. Force has become negligible. Let us suppose at point Q and beyond, no force is acting, negligible force is acting. So at point Q, force is tending to zero, force tends to zero, you can say. So you can say that R tends to infinite, means point Q is situated at infinite distance. So point Q and beyond, all the space is called infinite. Think otherwise. There is a space around the Earth or any other planet in which if a particle is kept anywhere, the particle will experience some force. And beyond this boundary, force is not acting. So we can imagine a space around the planet, that is Earth, in which if a particle is kept, the particle will experience force. So this space is called gravitational field, and beyond this it is called infinite. Intensity of gravitational field is defined as mass per unit, force per unit mass. Force per unit mass. Suppose you want to know intensity of gravitational field at point P, then you have to keep some point mass. Point mass means of very small size. You have to keep a point mass m at point P. So force acting at point P, g mm by r square. According to definition of intensity of gravitational field, intensity is equal to force per unit mass, that is force upon mass. Limit m tends to 0 means mass is so small that it can be considered as 0. Not 0, but very small. F is here. By dividing, we get gm by r square. So this is value of intensity of gravitational field. Very clearly, intensity is nothing but force per unit mass, means it is a type of force which is acting on unit mass. Obviously it is a vector quantity and unit will be Newton per kg. F Newton m kg. So it is Newton per kg and it is quantity of vector nature. Now let us understand gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy is defined as work done to bring a particle from infinite to some point P. I make it clear. Suppose it is a body. You want to keep another body at some distance. So this system will have some potential energy because you are doing some work against gravitational force. I repeat, a body You want to keep another body near it in gravitational field. So you are going to do some work against gravitational force to bring this body from infinite to this point, and this work will be stored in the system in the form of gravitational potential energy. So gravitational potential energy is defined as work done to bring a particle from infinite to some point inside the gravitational field. Now let us calculate. When particle is at point P, force acting on the particle will be g mm by x square, Newton's law of gravitation. A small displacement, elementary displacement is given to particle dx. So work done for that small displacement f dot dx. It is gravitational force, so force is directed towards the body or planet like Earth, and displacement is also in same direction. So force and displacement both are in same direction, therefore angle is 0 degree. Now take value of f from here. According to definition, potential energy or gravitational potential energy is equal to total work done. To find total work done, you have to integrate this expression. You have to integrate this expression. Introduction to integration has already been given. So you might be knowing that integration of 1 by x square comes out to be minus 1 by x. Lower limit is infinite, upper limit is x, because particle is moving from infinite to distance x. So by putting the limits, you get this result. But if particle is brought to the surface of the earth, this body is earth or some other planet, then x will change to capital R. So for the surface of the earth, s equal to capital R. In place of x, you can write capital R. So gravitational potential energy comes out to be minus g mm by r. This value comes out to be negative. This negative value has a significance. The significance is, as particle is moving towards the planet like Earth, potential energy is continuously decreasing, and if it is moving away, it is increasing obviously. So this is significance of negative sign here. Students, now I am going to explain gravitational potential. Gravitational potential and gravitational potential energy are almost same. The only difference is when you are defining gravitational potential energy, you say as work done to bring a particle of mass m from infinite to some point inside gravitational field. But when you are defining gravitational potential, you will say work done to bring unit mass, 1 kg mass, from infinite to some point inside gravitational field. So the only difference is, in case of potential energy, mass is m. In case of potential, mass is 1 kg. Derivation is almost same. Gravitational potential V is equal to work done to bring 1 kg mass from infinite to some point inside gravitational field. That is W by M. Work done per unit mass. Derivation is very similar as gravitational potential energy you have just seen. Likewise, you have to proceed. Finally, you get total work done to bring particle of mass m from infinite to some point p inside gravitational field is this much. But gravitational potential is work done per unit mass, so this value must be divided by mass. Mass is cancelled and gravitational potential is minus gm by x. Minus sign has same significance as gravitational potential energy. I suppose you could understand. Thank you, students, for paying attention.